The Prime Minister set out her 5 tests for a Brexit deal during her speech at Mansion House today, where she vowed to take control of our borders, laws and money, as part of her Brexit strategy. Theresa May confirmed the UK would be leaving Common Agricultural Policy and the Common Fisheries Policy in a bid to regain control of our waters and fishing industry. The Prime Minister said, "We are leaving the Common Agricultural Policy and will want to take the opportunity that brings to reform our agriculture and fisheries management. The UK has among the highest environmental and animal welfare standards of any nation on earth. As we leave the EU, we will uphold environmental standards and go further to protect our shared natural heritage. We also leaving the Common Fisheries Policy. The UK will regain control over our domestic fisheries management rules and access to our waters." Mr. May's pledge to leave the Common Fisheries Policy is likely to be welcomed by fishermen across the country, who have struggled under EU regulations and open waters. Last month, furious British fishermen, who appeared on BBC Radio 4's Today programme, demanded a radical change to British fishing policy to save the national industry from death. June Mummery, owner of BFP Eastern and vice-chairman of Lowestoft Fish Market Alliance, blasted the EU's fishing policy for making continental ports rich while decimating the British industry. PA Theresa May has declared the UK will regain control over its fisheries. She said, "You've only got to look at Iceland, at the Dutch, and how good the fishing industry is off the back of the UK. You can't make it up." Paul Lyons, who is chairman of the Lowestoft Alliance, blamed the EU's fishing policy as responsible for shrinking his own business, revealing that Lowestoft, once a busy fish market, is now an auction that does not even last 10 minutes. Speaking about how the industry had changed, Mr. Lyons added, "It's desolate, dead, finished. It died." In her Mansion House speech today, Mrs. May also outlined her vision for the future economic partnership between the UK and EU. Thursday, February 8, 2018, civil servants are anti-Brexit. The UK will regain control over our domestic fisheries management rules and access to our waters, Theresa May, she said. As part of our economic partnership, we will want to continue to work together to manage shared stocks in a sustainable way and to agree reciprocal access to waters and a fairer allocation of fishing opportunities for the UK fishing industry, and we will also want to ensure open markets for each other's products. The Prime Minister added the UK-EU deal would have to be tailored to the needs of our economies, as she hit out at claims from Brussels that Britain was cherry-picking. She added, "The fact is that every free trade agreement has varying market access depending on the respective interests of the countries involved." Prime Minister pledged that the UK will regain control of our waters. Theresa May said the UK will leave the Common Fisheries Policy after Brexit. If this is cherry-picking, then every trade arrangement is cherry-picking. Moreover, with all its neighbours, the EU has varying levels of access to the single market, depending on the obligations those neighbours are willing to undertake. What would be cherry-picking would be if we were to seek a deal where our rights and obligations were not held in balance, and I have been categorically clear that is not what we are going to do.